The Cold War was a golden period for some of the strangest wonder weapons ever conceived. Many of the innovations had the goal of delivering a nuclear weapon to the enemy, ideally with surprise and devastation. One of the most marvellous of these creations was the Russian nuclear battle mole. These craft were called subterrane and could travel underground through dirt or solid rock the same way that a submarine owns the sea. Let the Americans dominate the air. The Russians would own under the earth. It was a Russian science fiction writer who first imagined such a thing. It became science reality in 1904 when Russia first began to experiment in earnest. The Nazis stole their plans and built their own subterrane. They named it the Serpent of the Midgard. It was 60,000 tons and had a crew of 30. It was also expensive and ambitious, so they cancelled it. The Russians tried again in the 1930s, but simply digging forward had its limits. They needed to melt the rock in front of the craft and leave a glass-walled tunnel behind it. In 1960, nuclear power made this possible, and so the Russian nuclear battle mole was born. It was developed in secret. The mole was even more classified than the Russian atomic project. Then it was ready, just over 12 feet in diameter, 114 feet long. The titanium craft had a crew of 5, with room for 15 very confused paratroopers and 1 ton of cargo. Cargo like nuclear weapons. Thanks to its onboard reactor, the ship's heated drill tip rose to 1700 degrees Fahrenheit. It powered along at 9 miles per hour, through anything. Now, no fortification was safe. It had its first serious test in the fall of 1964. It was a huge success. The subterrane powered through rock to deliver a bomb to a mock bunker. The mole worked. One plan was now to transport the craft by submarine to the seismically unstable California coast. There, bombs would be buried and then detonated to cause earthquakes and tsunami, causing unthinkable destruction that could be blamed on natural disasters. But in later tests of the mole, tragedy struck. The overheated reactor blew. It happened when the craft was 6 miles under a town in the Urals. All the crew were lost. They say that the program was then abandoned, but there were rumours of continued development. Rumours of a factory that was making more of the terror weapons, supported by Russian leaders at the very top. So did Russia really abandon the idea after only one accident? After throwing away so many lives in the space race? It was only recently that a retired general was interviewed by a Russian magazine. He spoke of underground sleeper bombs before laughing that he'd said too much. The Russian government dismissed his claims. Then again, Russia has never even admitted that the first subterrane even existed. So what is the truth? Thanks to our team of experts, mystery solved.